Hi guys, welcome to my revenge stories channel, Revenge with BIZZLE. This new video is gonna blow your mind. Trust me, it will. So let's get into the video.
My name is Eliza Goodman, and when I was 14, my father, David Goodman, died of a heart attack. Sudden, devastating, left Mum and me completely shattered. Dad had been a successful architect, left us the house in Hampstead, a healthy investment portfolio, and a trust fund of £400,000 meant for my university and future. We were financially secure, emotionally destroyed, but secure. Then 2 years later, Mum met Malcolm Price at her book club. Charming, attentive, successful businessman, he claimed. 6 months later, they were married. I was 16. I wanted Mum to be happy. I had no idea what he really was. At 17, I started noticing things. Mum's jewellery, pieces Dad had given her, disappearing. "Oh, I'm having them cleaned," she'd say. They never came back. Malcolm started managing our finances. "Your Mum's too emotional about money, love. Let me handle the boring bits." He convinced Mum to add his name to her accounts. "For emergencies, darling, just practical." I was 18 when I tried to access my trust fund for university. It was empty. "Mum, where's my trust fund? Dad left me £400,000. There's only 3,000 here." Mum looked confused. "That can't be right. Malcolm's been managing it. Let me ask him." Malcolm walked in, all smiles. "Ah, about that, Eliza. Bad investments, I'm afraid. The 2008 financial crisis hit hard. Most of it's gone. But don't worry, I'll pay for your university myself." "You're lying." His smile froze. "Excuse me?" Dad set up that trust fund in 2005. It was in index funds. They don't just disappear. "Eliza, don't speak to Malcolm like that," Mum started. "Where's my money, Malcolm?" He stood, tall, intimidating. "I don't appreciate your tone, young lady. I've been supporting this family. With my money and Dad's money. Where is it?"
I went to Dad's old solicitor, Mr. Henshaw. "Eliza, I'm so glad you came. I've been trying to reach your mother. Malcolm Price requested access to your trust fund 2 years ago, claiming he needed to restructure it. He stole it. I can't prove theft without more information, but I can tell you this. He transferred the funds to an offshore account, and your mother's investment portfolio, also liquidated, approximately £900,000 total." My blood went cold. "He's taken everything Dad left us." Mr. Henshaw nodded grimly. "I'm afraid so. And legally, because your mother gave him power of attorney, it's very difficult to prosecute. Then I won't go legal. I spent my gap year working, saved every penny, got into King's College London for law, took out student loans, worked 3 jobs, and I researched Malcolm Price. Turns out successful businessman was code for serial conman. He'd done this before, 3 times. Married wealthy widows, gained their trust, emptied their accounts, disappeared when they caught on. Except Mum still hadn't caught on. I hired a private investigator with my savings, £5,000, worth every penny. We found bank transfers, offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands, property purchases in Spain under shell companies. Malcolm had stolen £1.2 million total from our family, and he'd bought a villa in Marbella with it. I came home for Christmas break, played the dutiful stepdaughter. "Malcolm, I wanted to apologise for how I spoke to you about the trust fund. I was young and didn't understand finance. Thank you for trying to help." He looked relieved, suspicious but relieved. "Water under the bridge, Eliza. I'd love to learn about investments from you. Could you show me how you manage portfolios?" His ego couldn't resist. For 3 months, I recorded every conversation, every admission, every detail. I went to the Serious Fraud Office with everything. Bank records, audio recordings, the PI's report, property deeds. "Malcolm Price has defrauded my family of £1.2 million and has done this to at least 3 other families before us." The investigator's eyes widened. "We'll open an investigation immediately." 6 months later, they raided our house at 6 a.m. Malcolm in handcuffs, Mum crying, me watching from the doorway.
Eliza, tell them this is a mistake. I walked over, looked him dead in the eye. You stole my father's legacy. You stole my future. You stole from my mother while pretending to love her. This isn't a mistake. This is justice. The trial lasted 3 weeks. 4 other women testified. 4 other widows he'd conned. Total fraud. £4.7 million. I testified last. Malcolm Price entered our lives when we were most vulnerable. He promised to protect us. Instead, he systematically stole everything my father worked his entire life to build. He gambled with my education, my future, my mother's security. And he did it with a smile. Guilty. All counts. 12 years. The court ordered asset forfeiture. The villa in Marbella, seized and sold. Offshore accounts, frozen and recovered. Shell company properties, liquidated. We got back £890,000. Not everything, but enough. I visited Malcolm Watts in prison. HMP Wandsworth. He looked smaller. Broken. Eliza, I'm sorry. I was addicted to the lifestyle. I never meant... You never meant to get caught. I leaned forward. My father built a life for us. A legacy. And you thought you could just take it because we were vulnerable women who wouldn't fight back. You were wrong. I'm David Goodman's daughter, and I don't let thieves steal from my family. I stood. Enjoy the next 12 years. And know this. Every single day you're in here, Mum and I are living in the house Dad built, travelling with the money he saved, thriving. You took 3 years of our peace. I took the rest of your freedom. We're even now.
Malcolm was released after 9 years for good behaviour, deported to his native South Africa, banned from re-entering the UK. Mum's doing well. Remarried to a lovely man, a retired teacher who has his own pension and wants nothing from her. I'm a solicitor now, specialising in elder financial abuse, helping families like mine get justice. Malcolm writes sometimes. Apologies, regrets. I don't read them. I don't need to. He thought widows and their daughters were easy targets. He learned the hard way. We're not victims. We're survivors. And we fight back.